That's like the hardest part.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get used to it. Like the first 5 rolls I did with this camera,
Yeah.
blank.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I kept loading it wrong, and it wouldn't advance.
Is it hard?
A little bit.
Really?
A little bit. Yeah. You have to kind of like twist it first and then put it in. Yeah.
Do you know the polybi?
Mm-hmm.
The polybi
Yeah.
video like the choreographers.
Yeah, I've met him a few times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Next month I will do like that.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
Korean.
that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, it's Korean choreographers. Oh, that's good. Did you try the traditional Korean noodles? 냉면? It's 평양냉면?
Yeah.
How about that?
I like it a lot.
You like it?
My favorite's sundaekukbap.
순대국밥? Yeah. Actually, my favorite the restaurant is near the 중무로. If you want, we can go there today.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
There's also another one I like a lot. I don't know how to say it in Korean, but it's grilled mackerel.
Say one more.
Grilled mackerel.
맥국?
Mackerel, like the fish. It's like
I know that fish that the
yeah, gono, yeah.
Can you stay over there?
Mm-hmm.
Give me your bag and your mic. One more. Damn good.
최대한 비슷하게 하는 거 많이 내요.
One more. Go.
The photography laws.
Photography lost?
Yeah, do you guys have like any laws on photography?
Excuse me. Want that?
알았어요. 죄송해요. 죄송해요. 카드밖에 없어요. 가야 돼요? Oh, sorry. The
Photography laws? Like in New York, we don't have like restriction on public photography. Because I know like if you take a picture of like a stranger, you're supposed to like blur their face out.
oh yeah.
We don't really have that law.
In Korea, actually that's on rigor, but many photographers don't mind. So you can take everyone.
I figured.
Yeah, also like that. But some people don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a lot easier at nighttime.
nighttime. Yeah.
Yeah, usually sometimes what I'll do if I go out, I'll bring my camera, but I'll stay out all night, and then like once the club closes,
Yeah.
I'll kind of like photograph everything from here.
Yeah.
Because
They don't mind.
they don't mind.
They don't mind.
They don't care.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier.
Actually, you already know the Korean people like the foreigners. So when foreigners take a pictures, then they don't mind. But it's just for me. If I take the picture, they do it. They it's like for me like 뭐 하세요? What you do? Do I know you?
I've also been trying to learn Korean since I'm going to be here for 3 years.
3 years?
I've been trying to like learn. It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's not hard. I
Oh,
don't
really?
think I'm practicing.
Oh,
It's the pronunciation. Also the letters.
yeah.
I can read some stuff.
Mhm.
But not. Sometimes it takes me a little longer because I don't practice for a while.
Oh,
I'll try to have a conversation. Not try to have a conversation, but people try to have a conversation with me in Korean.
yeah.
And then I have to humble my truth.
So we will go to the 낙원 상가. Do you know that? So when you eat the 냉면, you need to drink the soup first. I don't know, it's kosher food. Just with the pure. Watched it.
Very good.
Oh, was it good? Yeah, it's my favorite.
A horsefly?
Like introduce myself?
Yeah. It's like where you're from and what you doing here in Korea?
Originally, I'm from Guyana, and I grew up in New York City a bit.
Yeah.
And for Korea, I'm just doing military service in Korea. The photography thing is like a little bit on the side. Yeah.
나 한국 결정원 그냥 한국 복무하는 게 내가 알기로는 이제 대부분은 한국을 내가 기피하는 걸로 알거든. 그 복무를 할 때. 근데 결정은 직접 한 걸로 알고 있는데 왜 했는지 그게 좀 궁금해가지고.
He heard that like a lot of people in the States, like in the army.
Yeah.
Like he heard that like not a lot of people want to go to Korea, but he thought you like kind of decided to come here,
Yeah.
and he wants to know why is that.
I had a few friends that were in the army, and they all did their time in Korea, and I was in the process of joining the army, and they were like, if you're gonna join the army, they recommended Korea, because not every time, but every one of my friends liked it so much that they all did 3 years. They chose to stay in Korea for 3 years, where they could have stayed for 1 year. So they all just recommended me, if you're gonna join the army, the best place to do it is in Korea. Because I think most of the part was because they liked how close it was to the city, and not many people get to live in another country for free, basically. So it was like almost like another experience on top of like being in the army, essentially.
So like, was there any like other places like you wanted to go?
Not really. They made me choose between Korea, I think it was Germany, and Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yeah, but I was like, that's still the U.S., but I'll go to some place that I haven't been to. So that's why I picked Korea. It's because I liked the idea of like living in another country, like meeting people I've never seen before, or just in general trying to expand my what's the word? Not palette, but expand my circle of like people that I knew.
Cool. That's good.
thinks he got two different roles as a watch seller. Like
Yeah.
when he works as a watch seller,
Yeah.
he doesn't really have the eyesight for as if when he's a photographer. Like he sees things differently. Like as he switches
Yeah.
to the mode.
Yeah.
And he wants to know, do you have the same thing?
Not really, no. It's like my mind is always on photography mode. So even even if I'm at work, it's always like, oh, this is a really good picture, but I can't have my camera at work, so I just constantly have to just like sit there and just let it pass by. But in my mind, I'm like logging like the composition, always trying to like think how to make a photograph, even when I don't have a camera, because I don't bring it out all the time. But even when I don't have it, it's like distracting almost, because I'll be with my girlfriend, and I'm trying to focus on her, but I can't stop thinking about it. It's just constantly like I'm holding her hand, and then I'll see something across the street, and I'm kind of like, oh, I can't go. So I kind of have to hold myself back a little bit, because I'm like, I can't always be like in photography mode. Yeah.
So basically, like, do you think like sunlight is different from Korea, like than in the States?
I don't think it's the sunlight. I think it's the energy people put off. Because in New York you have a very like almost like a grimy, like a grittier, almost like a edgy kind of feeling. But in Korea it's more clean. Yeah, it's more clean. It's more a lot less, and I guess it's like because I'm a foreigner and I can't really tell the difference. But it's a lot more sectioned. Like there's not a mixture of different people in one place. You have to go to one place to find a certain group of people, and then another place to go find another group of people. So it's very different in a sense of like trying to compile everything together. Because there's times where I'm in, for example, I'm in what's the place called? Apgujeong, and it's very like upscale, fancy, and you don't really see like everyday Korean life. And I think it's more like a performance almost. Like everyone's dressed up, everyone's like looking a certain way, and then you go to places like let's say like Songsu. So similar vibe, but like a bit younger, toned down. And then you go to Itaewon, completely different vibe. It's more relaxed. Everything's like not walled off, but tucked away kind of. Yeah. And it's kind of interesting because it took me a while to notice that, but I still like the style it gives off. I try to shy away from like the fancy like performance type of photography where everyone's taking pictures of like nice things, and I want to try to capture like authentic Korean culture, whether that be like kids smoking on the corner or like old people gambling or like drinking culture. I love Korean drinking culture. It's pretty, how do I say it, like what's the word, sentimental. It's like, yeah, you guys like put a lot of value in like eating and drinking together, whereas in like New York it's very like dimly lit. Everyone's like on their own or in their own circle, and it's rarely ever like big groups. It's mostly like 2 or 3 people at a time.
Yeah, I guess we're like much bigger than that.
Yeah, you guys are like big groups of people, all like this a big table of food, big drinks, and it's much more nicer, if that's the word, or like a bit more. I'm blanking on the word here. Like camaraderie, like the relationship people have with people, it's a lot closer here.
The kind of relationship.
Yeah.
So like whenever he takes the photograph, like he talks to the people.
Yeah.
The people that he takes the photo of, and that really he listens to their stories.
Yeah.
And that kind of reflects.
Yeah.
on him,
Yeah.
and sometimes that story kind of resonates with him. And whenever he be alone and he keeps thinking about it,
Yeah.
and that kind of make mind growth of him. So like he wants to know if you have the same experience, or like the taking a photo itself, like that makes you, like, does that make you different? Like
I would want to talk to people.
you don't want.
No, I would want to talk to people, but because of the language barrier, I could only really communicate so much, or I normally use like the translator app. But most times it's just kind of like run and gun. Like it's just like a quick photo here, quick photo there. But if I'm taking like a portrait of someone or a picture of people, we kind of have an exchange of dialogue, and it's kind of sentimental to me, I think, because I put more value in those photographs more than the ones of just random people or random things. I really love having a conversation about life or anything like that with strangers, because you can always learn something from like a random person. Like for example, the Korean boxer I took a picture of. I didn't know he was a boxer up until I spoke to him, and I think it was like at 3 a.m. near Seoul Station, and I came out of the store and I saw him drinking, so I was like, let's just have a drink. And then after a few drinks, he started talking to me through like the translator app, and he's telling me about like he was like a Korean national boxer. He won like a couple championships. He's been to Las Vegas, and before he left, I took his picture, and I said I would find him or like get his contact and give it to him, but I forgot to grab his contact, and so I just have like a huge print just waiting for him. I guess I'll see him again eventually, but just today I had an experience with the same thing. I was outside of like a store or like a vintage store or something, and like these two kids come up to me and they're like, "Oh, we really like your style. Like, where are you from?" Like they're the ones initiating the conversation, and you know, we're talking, we exchange Instagrams, and before they leave, I take a picture. Yeah, I took a picture of them, and you can see like their face kind of like light up, and like you kind of see like it goes from like just a regular, almost like not no emotion, but just a normal, like just normal face, no smiling, no nothing, to them being happy, and they want to tell me more about like their experiences, and they invite me out to drink, but I'm like, oh no, I have this interview today, I can't, but I can always meet you guys next time, if anything. You have my Instagram, kind of thing, and then just we part ways. But I think those photos are the ones I hold closer or put more value into, because there's a positive memory associated with it, and it just makes you feel better as a person, I think.
Were there like real kids or
not kids, but like teenagers, like 18, 19. But I could tell that they were like younger, but they really have like an appreciation for fashion, I think, which is cool in its sense, but it also shows that they're willing to like step out of their comfort zone, because at least from my understanding, not a lot of Koreans step outside of their friend groups or like talk to strangers. So it's really nice to see that part, or like the younger generation kind of like breaking that barrier.
I need that courage to
Yeah.
I think it's just a cultural difference.
Yeah, it's just a cultural difference. Yeah.
What's the value that you want to keep wherever you are?
Like value, like
some kind of mindset. That you don't want to change, or that you always want to keep.
I want to keep an open mindset. Yeah. Kind of like take everything with like a grain of salt, whether it's like a good experience or a bad experience. I just want to keep the mindset of meeting new people, or like being open to experiencing other people's experiences. So if like someone invites me out, I'll just say yes, even if it's like last minute, and unless I have plans with like someone that's already like set in stone, I'll say no. But majority of the time, I'll be like, oh, okay, cool, let's go, let's do it. So it's I try to keep not an open dialogue, but that too, but kind of like free will almost. Yeah, just like kind of like freely letting myself like experience things. And I think as long as you're open to experiencing new experiences, then you'll always learn from someone or something, or learn from another culture that you wouldn't learn anywhere else. Because a lot of American soldiers, at least, they're very closed-minded, and they don't want to explore. They don't want to experience.
I think
they stay within that comfort zone, and they don't really.
the same group.
Yeah, they stay in that like not even the same group, but almost like imagine the base as a bubble, and they stay in the bubble because they don't want to experience new food, new flavors, new places, new people. They're kind of like, I don't really like Korea. I just want to go back home. The food here is too spicy, or like they don't really understand what it is to experience a new culture. And I think that's a really big fault in at least the American mindset, is to not want to step outside of that bubble and try to learn from another culture. At least that's my thinking on it.
Was there like any change inside of you after you come to Korea?
Yeah, I've gotten a lot more sympathetic. Yeah. Whereas before, it's kind of like the old school New York mindset of like, oh, it's not my business. I don't know, like it's not me. I don't worry about it. Especially having like a Korean girlfriend, it's a lot easier to be acquire like the customs, the knowledge, and even like public manners, like, oh, don't like play your music loudly in the train, or even like kind of like she yells at me a lot for this, but kind of like not having like that like age hierarchy thing, or like the like that like she actually taught me that I'm supposed to be respectful to older people. And where I come from, it's kind of like you don't really give respect, you have to earn it. And it doesn't matter if that person is like 20 years older or 10 years younger. It's either you respect me or I don't respect you.
Oh, yeah.
And here it's a given automatically. And I think it was a really big learning curve to kind of like be more sympathetic towards other people's experiences in public. Whereas you don't want to be like a public disturbance, or you don't want to be intimidating people by like walking around with your shirt off or making a bad image of yourself. Whereas in New York, it's like no one really.
I bet you didn't do that in New York.
Yeah. Like I didn't give a fuck. Like I would play music loudly. I would like, yeah. I mean, I was more of like a delinquent back in New York. Like spray painting on walls, like not really causing trouble, but more so like, if someone were to come up to me and then like catch me like spray painting something, and they'd be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'd be like, "Oh, go fuck yourself. I don't give a fuck. Mind your business. What the fuck are you talking to me for?" But here it's like, oh no, I actually have to be like very respectful, especially as a foreigner, and giving people what might be their first impression of an American. I kind of have to put that into perspective before I do anything, because not only does it reflect on me, but it reflects on my culture and the country I'm from, and it's just so much more than just yourself. So I think that's the biggest thing that's changed since I've been in Korea.
Like, do you have any like short-term or long-term plans in the future?
As in plans like what?
As a photographer or like just as a person?
As a photographer, I keep telling myself that I don't want to be paid for my work, but in a sense of like, I've had bad experiences where it's like I've worked in the photography industry, and it's super toxic. Like it's like you don't get paid on time. You kind of have to like work your way up, and that's with anything. But it's like it's all based on who you know and how many followers you have, rather than what kind of talent you have, what kind of work you make. And I think if you start doing the thing that you love for money, it becomes more of like an actual job, and you're kind of like, oh, I have to pick up my camera again. I don't want to be told how to take pictures, and you kind of lose that creative control when you're working with bigger brands, because they're like, oh, we have to have it shot this way, this way, this way, rather than, oh, you can do it however you want. So it kind of puts a restriction on your work. So I constantly tell myself I don't want to be paid for my work. I just want to make work, and if it makes me money, great. If it doesn't, great. I'm not doing it for money, in a sense. So I want to keep doing it as long as I can, and just keep constantly putting out work, whether it takes 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. I just constantly want to stockpile images, and eventually, sure, if it gets the traction that it needs to make me money, great. But I'm not too worried about making a living off of my work.
I love that.
Yeah.
멋있다.
Like as a musician, like
Yeah.
I think I have the similar mindset.
Yeah.
Like yours.
Yeah. Like I've done work for student films and like some brands, but it's just I don't feel the same passion as I do with like on the street stuff. It's more like, oh, be in this position at this time, or be here at this time, or take it this way, or they're kind of like, oh, you should take a picture now, and it kind of makes you become. They kind of see you as the camera rather than a person with a camera, and they're kind of like, oh, you should take a picture of this, and I'm kind of like, dude, if you want to take the picture, here you go, take the camera. I'll rent you the camera.
Why are you telling me to?
Yeah, like just I don't want to be told how to take pictures. I just want to take pictures just because I like it, and not because of anyone else that's gonna like it or how they see it. But if they like my photos, great. If they don't, great. I'm not gonna be like all sad about it.
Don't speak Korean.
Actually, I want to know before you work with the screen and the choreography things. But I think it's a rude question.
No. You're good.
I want to know why you choose the military service.
Military service?
Yeah.
So before I was like I wasn't working at Supreme full time. It was more like part time or whenever they had a photo shoot. So it was very inconsistent. My main job, or like my main source of income, I used to sell a lot of weed.
이거 잠깐만 뭐라고? 나 못 들었어.
I used to sell a lot of weed.
Really?
But not to like regular, more like to businessmen, like office workers and stuff like that. And I would see like, I would go to their apartment and be like a huge fancy apartment, and then I was making a really good amount of money from it. And then New York legalized marijuana, and then I lost all my clientele to like stores. So there was no longer a black market for it. So I went from making, like at the peak, I was making almost $200,000 US a year. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
200.
To making like maybe like 35 grand a year. So it's like it wasn't really worth it. And I was it's a funny story actually. I was camping with my friends upstate, and we ate a lot of mushrooms, like
mushrooms.
Yeah, like the psychedelic mushrooms. And we eat a bunch of mushrooms, we're having fun, we're laughing, and then I just go outside and I lay down in the grass, and I kind of have like this realization. Mushrooms have like this weird effect where after you have like all the laughing and like the good times, you have this kind of like ego death where your ego just collapses, and you're kind of open to self-improvement. Yeah, it's kind of like a self-realization almost. And I'm like laying there in the grass and I'm looking up at like the night sky and I'm like, I really have to fix my life right now. Like it's not going good. Like I'm not making as much money. I have to start thinking about my future. Whereas before it was like I wasn't even thinking about next week. I was just like, oh, it's tomorrow. Or like I would wake up, I wouldn't know what day it is. I wouldn't care what day it is. I really only worked like 3-4 days a week, so I would have like the rest of the time to do whatever. But it was also like a very like at the time it was a really good lifestyle for like I did it for
It sounds like a good lifestyle to me.
sort of like so I'd work for like 2-3 days, but when I'm working it'll be like 12 plus hours that I'm going to like from apartment to apartment, from uptown, downtown, over the bridge. I'd start from like 8 a.m. in the morning. I wouldn't get home until maybe like 10, 11 o'clock at night. But the thing that maybe kept doing it is because it's like you would see this huge pile of money that you made for the day, and you're like, oh fuck, this is great. I can't wait for tomorrow. And you do it all over again, and you know you're tired, but you're constantly thinking of the money. Like I don't have to worry about bills. I don't have to worry about like affording something. If I wanted to leave the country, I don't have to ask anyone. Oh, can I take vacation? I didn't have any of that. So it was just almost complete freedom, but you become kind of tied down to constantly chasing the money, and it became a lifestyle of like not caring what I saved or how I spent. And there'd be times where I'd ask friends to hang out and I forget that my schedule is not normal, and they're like, oh, I have school, I have work, I can't hang out at like Tuesday at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, dude, my bad, I'm sorry. So I'll just, out of boredom, you just spend money because you're bored. So I'd see like something I like, I'd just like, oh, I want that. I'd buy it, and then a couple days later, I'm like, why did I buy this? I don't need this. And it becomes kind of like a very like prideful thing. Like it even leaked over into like my dating life, where it was like I'd take a girl out and you know I'd take her out to like a really fancy restaurant, and like I'd walk around with like this really big stack of cash. Kind of like you ever seen like Italian gangster movies where they're like never carry your money in like a wallet, always have like a roll. So it was like I'd always walk around with like just big stack of cash, and then like just, oh, what's the bill? And then the bill would be like $100 plus $200. I just be like, oh yeah, fine, here. I don't care. All to impress a girl that I might not even like. I might not even like her like the next day after we sleep together or whatever the fuck. But it was like being able to do that felt so good as a young adult, being like 19, 20, 21, 22. And a lot of those kids, a lot of those people that age in New York, they're either really like not poor, but they're like kind of like struggling to make ends meet. They work 2 jobs, or their parents pay for everything. So it was, as a kid that comes from a third world country, having that access to that type of money at kind of like a young adult stage was good, but also bad, because it was just constant. Oh, I'd make it back tomorrow. That was my mindset. I'd make it back tomorrow. There was one time I had a dinner with like friends. It's like a 2 Michelin star restaurant. We're all eating, we're having fun. The bill gets to the table and everyone's like, oh shit, the bill's like $3,000, dude. How are we gonna pay for this? And I was drunk, and I was like, guys, don't worry about it. I'll cover it. They're like, oh no, like we'll like chip in. I'm like, no guys, I got it. Like, don't pay me back. It's fine. And I think I overpaid by like $600. And the server was like, you gave me too much money. And I'm like, keep it. I don't care. Like it was just that type of mindset. Now that I look back on it, it's kind of like stupid to like give a server $600 for just one dinner, and like spending like $3,000 on a dinner. But I don't really regret it. It's more of like an experience not a lot of people get to have, and it's kind of like eye-opening. And this all came to me while I was tripping on mushrooms. Yeah, I'm just, and it was like, and like, like the memories just kept replaying in my head, and I'm just like, analyzing everything, and I'm like, oh, this is like not a way I can like live long term. I have to start thinking about my future. I have to like go back to school. What's the quickest way I can go back to school without paying for it? And the army offered to pay for school. That's like one of the benefits.
Yeah, I think I have heard of it.
Yeah, you get school paid for, and then you also get 0 interest loans on houses. So it's like, oh, it's a no-brainer. I can go back to school, buy property, and just kind of like live off that. So that's why I chose the army.
That's a long story.
Yeah,
Very long story.
yeah.
I think this story is the funny more than the interview.
And it's the genuine.
I have stories like that all like even when I was like in high school, like I remember having weed on me, and I remember the principal being by the door, and he was like, "One of you guys smell like weed. I need for the 5 of you that just walks by to stay here." And he brought like the police over, and I had it in my sock.
Yeah.
So he was like, just stay in this room, so like we can't like leave. There's no trash cans.
Yeah.
So I just ended up eating it.
못 들었어.
I just ate it. There's no trash cans. There's no way for me to like throw it out. I didn't want to get caught with it. So I was like, I just had to eat it.
That reminds me of
Like it tasted horrible, but like it's better than like getting caught at like 16, 17, and like your mom having to come pick you up at the police station.
what was the repercussion of it?
You definitely like get handed over to the police, because at the time it was still illegal. So if you had it, you definitely go to like, not probation, but you definitely go to court. First time offense I think is a fine, and then they put you in like a drug program, but you still have to pay like lawyer fines, court fines and stuff like that. And my mom didn't really have like money growing up, so I was like, I don't want my mom like paying this, because I had no choice but to do it.
So was it okay for you like after you took it?
I definitely felt something, but it wasn't like crazy, because the actual like chemical in weed that makes you like high, it doesn't really get activated until it hits like 365 degrees. I think like in Celsius it's like, I don't know what that is in Celsius. Whatever. No, yeah, I don't know what it is in Celsius, but it has to have, yeah. But it has like a really high temperature that it's only released when it's burned at that temperature.
It should be like burnt or steamed.
Yeah, burnt or like steamed. So it didn't really affect me. It just tasted like you're eating like, yeah, you're just eating grass.
I'm sure this is out of the three, but I want to know why you choose the Irezumi.
Is your Izumi tattoos?
Yeah.
I actually get that question a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not normal actually.
For like what, black people that have Irezumi tattoos?
흑인들이 이래주면 게
I mean not the one. I mean not the one, but
No, like it's okay. It's okay to ask that. Like I don't mind. Like,
in Korea,
yeah.
Irezumi tattoo is not the normal, but
we have kind of a stereotype
Yeah.
that
yeah.
for
Gangsters.
Gangsters.
My girlfriend
Yeah,
tells me
yeah.
all the time,
Yeah.
and
So
she was like, if you meet my parents, you're gonna have to wear like long sleeves. But
That's I wondering that
why I
you
picked
choose
it?
the yeah.
I actually had an interest in it at a really young age. The first time I saw it was